delicious. There were some dodgy notes there, Jen. It's such a masterclass for a singer to watch her. I have released a new song. It is called Moment With You. It is out on all major streaming platforms. Go and listen to it on your platform of choice. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Moment With You by Jennifer Glatzhofer. And it is another single that will be going on my debut album, my full album coming out very, very soon. Do go and listen to it. Do go and add it to a playlist, stream it, share it with your friends and family. And if you're wanting a physical copy of the full album, which we are getting vinyls pressed for the full album, you can do so by getting in touch. I cannot wait for you to have it, for you to hear it. But for now, go and listen to Moment With You. I hope you do enjoy it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. Today, I am really excited because I'm returning back to LARA FABIAN and I have been advised to listen to Adagio. So this has actually been a highly requested song for quite a few years and we are finally here. Today is the day. We're doing it. As always, this is a reaction and an analysis video. This is, of course, a first-time reaction. If I have watched a performance before, I will let you all know. But if I don't, it is a first-time reaction, as that's more fun for me because I have no idea what I'm expecting, other than Adagio means slow, in slow time. So Adagio, here we go. But yes, this is a reaction and an analysis video, so I will be stopping and talking about the vocals, talking about the music. If you'd rather watch the full video uninterrupted, I've left the link to the original video in the description below. Do go and check me out over on Patreon as well, as there are so many fun things going on over there. And that is typically the place where I let people know what is happening first. And I'm currently sharing a lot, like there is my new music that I've just released. And there's a new podcast that I've just released as well. I've just started it. Episode 1 came out last week with Peter Barber, and I've got many more chats along the way, so do go and follow the podcast series over on Spotify, or just make sure you're subscribing over here on YouTube, as I will be posting them here as well. Do go and hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and let's get to LARA FABIAN with Adagio. She is such an incredible performer, singer, connector of the lyrics. Is that a word? Is that a word? She just delivers. There is not a moment that she is not connecting to the lyrics and storytelling of the song, which is just so stunning to see. Imagine being in the room. Amazing. Yeah, even from that entrance, beautiful decoration that we have up there. Look how close she is with the mic as well. It's so important because it changes the overall tone and sound. If we're close, it's going to be very direct. If we're open, there's more air, there's more space around it, and it's just so intimate. So she's already bringing that quality to it. She's also doing this thing right at the very beginning where she's using her tongue to create a shape in the tunnel in her vocal tract, right? She's lifting it. As we lift up the tunnel, we're creating a smaller space, and it's easier to get a little bit head dominant, or the overall space is just going to be a bit smaller, so it's a little bit brighter of an overall tone. Let's just go back to that to see what she's doing. Yeah. She is actually changing pitches, and you can hear it going on to this E vowel because that's the lift of the tongue. It's kind of like she's dropping on that thicker fold at the bottom to create this bouncing effect. Really, really fun. The orchestra's really, this introduction's spine tingling. And then she kind of, we don't get an out. We hear that breath come in, and then a vocal fry onto this next phrase. So she's just showing already so much. And I like how some words have got vibrato. Reach, very straight tone. You, we got that vibrato. The second phrase as well had that. Even though we're starting higher, we're using that vocal fry to then find. It's vocal fry is a nice thing to add in. It's quite a nice tool if we're feeling a little bit poorly and our vocal folds are hurting. Lying in this vocal fry, the slack quality is really nice because the vocal folds are just nicely loose and vibrating. So what's happening here is they're in that quality, that slack quality, then she finds that clear tone on that note. So it's just such a nice thought out flair that she's adding. Delicious. And I like how she kind of pulls her lip. It kind of creates this, like when we flare our nostrils, we're actually lifting up the soft palate. So she's actually creating that space by kind of pulling back. She naturally has quite a soft, quite a lifted soft palate anyway. Again, to create more space, so the soft palate, if we are to trace back, either use a finger or your tongue, direct behind your teeth, we've got the hard palate. If we travel a bit further behind, we go to something called the soft palate or the velum, and we can move that. This is what controls our nasal passage. If it's lowered, then we get a nasal sound. If it's lifted and we're utilizing all the space that we have in this in our mouth, we've got a bigger space. The vocal tract is bigger. So I like how even though she's on a small vowel, she's actually keeping quite open. That vibrato is spinning free. It's also a soft onset before. There. Like on the word feel, she has a little bit of a melisma. There's a little bit of a decoration run there. It's just, everything is so thought out. I know we spent a lot of time in this introduction because it's just so good and you cannot skip through it anyway. Hovering on that N as well. Within my heart and my soul, I wait for you. I wait for you, Adagio. Have I actually, because this is the song with Nash as well. It's been a while since I've so actually a year, if not 2 years ago, I reacted to Nash's version of this. So that's the last time I heard this song, in all honesty. So I'm gonna, as in just the song itself. I love focusing on LARA Fabian. She just truly, it's such a masterclass for a singer to watch her, because she just takes her time with the delivery, which goes with this song, Adagio. And the dynamics in there. All of these nights without you, all of my dreams surround you. Look how connected around you. She doesn't break up the words. It's all very legato, very connected word to word. Sometimes when she goes to this lower quality, she does have a little bit of a sob quality in there. She throws a little bit of breath down in these lower notes, not keeping the vocal folds connected. Even though the vocal folds are getting thicker because we're getting lower, she's not actually making them connect all the way through, allowing breath to come through. So overall, keeping quite dynamically quieter. And then this next part, it kind of felt a little bit brighter, a little bit of twang present. So not to bring up those thicker folds, we actually bring some twang in there. All of my dreams surround you. I see and I touch your face. I guess because before she was actually singing softer on this note. I will let it play. Adagio. So da was really straight to no. She goes straight onto that vibrato, showcasing beautifully the strength of her vocal folds. It's such a wonderful performance. Anyone could go ahead and like sing this, but then to put those details in every single word, it's just so stunning. It's so good. Those subtle flips into a bit more of a vulnerable head voice quality is just beautiful. Ooh. No need for me to pray. I've walked so far. I've fought so hard. Nothing more to explain. I know all that remains. I love that triplet rhythm. So nice. On that, was the word hard. She starts with like a kind of vowel, then she's moving through that. She actually gets quite a narrow placement. She is navigating this part of her voice so beautifully. Her mix is so strong because she's got a developed chest voice, because she's got a developed head voice, allowing, when blending those elements together, this part of her voice, she's going through the first passage. Like, we're getting higher, but still remaining full. She's not doing this by bringing up her thicker folds. She's not doing this by flipping into a thinner fold action. She's doing this by bringing elements of the two together to remain full, have that resistance. It just seems so effortless when she does it. She's like, la la la. Occasionally she is like moving away from the mic because sometimes it can be quite loud, but she just knows her instrument so well. There we go. Nice. Like me. This down here, there's so much breath going there. Then as she ascends, there were some dodgy notes there, Jen. As she ascends, she's finding that connection again with the vocal folds. It's so amazing. The diction is so great. Storytelling. Like, sorry, I will let it play. Because this is an eval, it's closer to be a bit more head dominant unless we change things. Here, she kind of kept it a bit more of a head dominant mix. So the vowels just beforehand that were a bit more open, she softened that up, because if we're on a, like we said before, if we're on a bit more of an open vowel, it's easier to be louder. But because we're going up, we're going on to a reach, she knows that those notes beforehand, she doesn't want to land too heavy on them. So those are just as important as that big money note in that phrase, right? Oh, it's so connected. Oh, that cry. Before I run out of faith, as other words. Look how she just drops that jaw. It's so relaxed. It's just doing what it's not getting in the way. It's just doing what she needs it to do. Nah! And she's not closing on the diphthong. She's just holding on to the first part of the diphthong. She's just making it easier for herself. She sounds wonderful. She is navigating this part of her voice beautifully. Let's just watch that again because that was gold. That tongue placement. Yeah, she actually, this is probably one of the first times in this that she really goes through that diphthong. Nice. That you'll hear my heart, that you'll give her your life, forever you'll stay. Okay, we just have to talk about that. Guitar solo, yes, and we're going to go into some more wonderful things. Look how you can kind of see her structure just get this like solid approach, not tense, but she's just like anchoring herself, right? She does this while then swapping the hand with her mic, creating, it's kind of like, has anyone ever taken any ballroom classes? I haven't, but there's a program called Strictly and I used to watch that in the UK. They talk about like the structure of like, you know, we've got this frame that needs to stay solid because that is the core. That's what she's kind of doing here. She's bringing the mic here. She's got this, and then as we modulate to the key, she drops her jaw even more. She's got so much resistance. Actually, everything's narrow. She's got such great control. This is remaining because she needs that support. Watch. I love that step up. See? Look how open. Slow. And that arm is just open. Okay, these high mix belts are just stunning, and we've heard, this is nothing new from Lara, but it's just amazing every single time because it's so crisp and clean. We need to have great vocal fold closure up here. If there's so much breath going through, it wouldn't be a strong belt. It's a mix belt because otherwise she's not reaching up with her thicker folds. It is so stunningly beautiful. There is heaps of resistance in there, heaps of twang, lots of that head voice lighter quality up there. You can hear this kind of emotional cry in her voice, which goes with the song. But also, even if the song wasn't emotional, we need to add resistance to the vocal folds because that's what's going to keep them together as they are thinning out, getting higher. That's what's going to keep them together. So we create this clear, lovely, controlled yell belt up there. Wow. I love this build. Such a tiny space, really. I love how much her body is in part of this as well. Like all those no stabs. So we just have to watch that part again because there is no way that someone can make this wonderful sound without their body really committing to it. Obviously, you have some singers that just sing there and don't really show us, but I don't think she's doing this to show us. I think she's doing this because her body is moving in this way because she's so connected with the music and the lyrics. Oh! Oh, look at her. Stunning. Oh, she did this thing just before we went up to that higher part, but the beginning part of that repeated section, her lips are quite small. It's kind of like there is good tension that we bring, and we need to feel that resistance, that pressure, because it allows us to... we're not reaching, we're not pushing, we're not getting aggressive and hurting our voice, but there is an element of storytelling. Obviously, there is an element of letting go so you can really feel the song, the lyrics and the story, so you can just let go and embrace that. And I just love that she's kind of not caring about, to sing we have to embrace the weird. And like whatever we look like, we saw like some movement of the mouth because we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on delivery and just connecting with the story that she's singing. Oh, these belts at the end are just wonderful. Look at, I love, again, the structure, her arm, how she's presenting this arm forward. It's so important. And that sudden pull. That rasp at the end. Adagio, we ended with an A vowel. Ah, because it's easier to belt on it. O will be quite closed. That was so beautiful. I'm so happy I watched that. Thank you for sending it my way. Yeah, as I just said there, thank you so much for sending it my way again, because I get so many requests, right? And sometimes I forget. So I appreciate that. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I've got a gig tonight, so that was very inspiring. And if I could just bring a smidgen of LARA Fabian with me tonight, that'd be great. I'm gonna bring out these arms. They're gonna be my support system. Yeah, wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction and analysis video. If you did, go and hit that subscribe button, the bell button, and the thumbs up button. Remember, I've got my own podcast now. It is called Elephant Talk. Go and check it out on Spotify, and it's going to be here on YouTube as well. And of course, go and check out my original music on Spotify as well. I've got other singles out already, but Moment With You just released recently, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I guess I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye!